view of the truck stop. That's right. We're just hanging out at the truck stop today. Just start going live. Don't set it up. Don't let people know I'm going live. Just do it. That's how I roll. It is Sunday, right? Yep, it's Sunday. And this is where I am spending my day. I'll talk a little bit more about that here in a little bit. I'm going to take a sip of my hot coffee, though. I am in an undisclosed truck stop location in the lower 48. That is what information I will give you. Let people come in here. It is Sunday though. I'm probably not going to get anybody that shows up. You know, I'm not cool enough, evidently. Walmart. Haul for a private fleet, maybe. Yeah, like I was saying, just hanging out at a truck stop in the lower 48, undisclosed location. I don't care if you know where I am. Doesn't mean I have to tell you. If you know where this is, you know where I am. I doubt anybody's going to come in on a Sunday morning. This is where I'm going to be, y'all. My weekend load canceled on me. I found a load, like a day load yesterday, but then it kind of screwed me for today. I did search the area that I'm in, and the DAT load board says there's 10 loads that can pick up today. Well, every phone number, one broker has like 7 out of the 10. Every time I call the number, nobody answers. The other ones are brokerages that I am not familiar with, which means I've never used them, so I probably never will use them. Had a lower credit rating on the DAT load board, so I don't even bother with that. Oh, my nose is stuffed today. Oh, a couple people stopped by. Say hello to them. Cheap Freight Haulers in the house. Good morning, sir. How are you today? Nick Nine Toes. The Animals in the house. You're plenty cool. No, Mike Nine Toes, my daughters don't think so, and I let that go. Gene's in the house. What's going on, Gene? I just dropped in Florida. Yeah, you know, Gene, I think I've brought in maybe 4 or 5 loads in the last 3 years down to Florida. I always have a tough time getting out of Florida. It seems like every time I go into Florida, it's the wrong time of year. I know some people really kill it in Florida, though. If you were watching Cash is King yesterday, I know he went down south into Florida, and he's been doing that lately. He's been getting really good rates to go down and really good rates to leave. You know, I think he was picking up like corn or something out of there. No, Cheap Freight Hauler, I am not sponsored by DAT, but I will be honest, man, it is... I don't mind using the DAT load board when I need to find freight. If I'm hauling some spot market loads, I think it is, in my personal opinion, for what I use it for, it's the best. I have tried 123 load board. I have tried that Truck Smarter load board, and I always seem to pay the subscription to the DAT load board. So if it works, it works, you know. Views of Lake Erie sunsets. That's probably beautiful. Do you have a YouTube channel? I'd have to check that out. I'm a big Lake Superior guy. I'm from northern Minnesota, so I know how cool the Great Lakes are. Cents per miles in the house. What's up, buddy? Hanging out in Texas. You coming down to go fishing or what? No, man, I'm not a bass fisherman. That's what they do down there in Texas. They fish for bass, largemouth and smallmouth. I have never, well, I shouldn't say I've never fished in Texas. That'd be a lie. I went fishing last time I went to South Padre Island. We went out outside of the bay into the ocean, and we were fishing for sheep's head, I believe they were called. Super cool fish. They have like human teeth. They taste delicious too, by the way. Oh, just hit my camera. I'll turn my camera around here in a minute, guys. You can see the dog playing right. A guy's got a dog, 2 dogs, which I guess you got to do what you got to do, but they're chained up to the side of the truck. I mean, if it was hot out, I don't know if I'd want my dog out on that pavement, but once again, each their own, you know. 7C's Transport's in the house. What's going on, man? How are you doing? It's been a minute since I've seen you in anybody's YouTube live feeds. Hope everything's going good with you. 170 miles in the house. Hit the like button. Wow, there's that many people in here, huh? Crazy to watch a truck stop live show. You know what? I'll turn the camera around. There we go. Boom. Look at this ugly mug. Like I was saying, I'm stuck at the truck stop. My weekend load canceled on me. I prepare ahead, guys. I am not like a last minute Willie McGee type of person. My weeks are planned out, usually when I leave my house. Or, excuse me, the lanes I run, because I typically run Midwest to the East Coast, it's going to take me 2.5 days to make a delivery. So I'm able to kind of plan ahead, and the load that I had booked canceled on me. Thank goodness I was in an okay market. I was south of Cleveland, north of Columbus, like basically in the middle of Ohio on, is that Highway 71? 70 run north and south out of Columbus up to Cleveland. 76? I think it was Highway 71. And my load canceled on me early in the morning, so I appreciate the broker for reaching out and canceling. But I had to find a day rate, man. I had to find a day load, and because I have something planned for next week. Let me be clear. And like full transparency, I have something planned for next week that I need to be in Chicago for. So I'm not willing to give that load back. It's a load that I've hauled quite frequently lately, and it's very easy. It's very profitable. I enjoy the people that I work with on that lane, that freight that I'm hauling, because it is a subscriber load, but I enjoy working with them. So I refuse to, like, if I say I'm going to do something for them, I refuse to go back on my word. I think they would understand. They might even be in here this morning. I think they would understand, but in this freight market, I believe they would find somebody else to haul the freight for them, because their freight is very good freight, and I don't want to lose that opportunity. So I have somewhere I have to be next week in Chicago. So I didn't want to take a load to a different, like back out east or even to the West Coast. I've been wanting to run out west. Now that winter's over, call me whatever you want. I've been driving truck 25 years. I am an owner-operator because I am not going to be told where to go. And I am not going to go out to Montana and Wyoming and Utah in the middle of winter. I don't throw chains because I don't want to throw chains. Very simple. You can make fun of me for that all you want. I have 20 years plus of doing those sorts of things, and I just choose not to anymore. Although I did notice one of the lanes I run to Pennsylvania a lot, guys, and I take 309 a lot, and I just noticed that 309 has chain laws on it now. They put up a bunch of new signs. They created a shoulder to pull over and put chains on. Like, I forget exactly where it is. There's one big grade on 309 where, like, if you're going downgrade, you have to come to a complete stop and then enter the highway again. Going up, it's a pretty big upgrade. I don't remember what it is, but that is now going to be a chain. They have chain laws in place. Let me say hi to some people here. I lost my place here. Old school, new school's in the house. What's going on, man? 7C's Transport. Tolga's in the house. What up, Tolga? Wonder where David Edwards is. Tolga and David Edwards are competing for the #1 subscriber spot. You know what? I gotta go get some stuff. Maybe that's what I'll do today. I'm actually planning on dropping the trailer and heading somewhere. I need to give some stuff away, I think. David Edwards and Tolga have earned it. Cheap freight, all you have earned it. I just gotta do some stuff. Cents per mile says, taste delicious. Since when? You're fish vegan. No. So when I went to, I don't know if you guys remember this, I went on like a 3-week vacation back to South Padre Island, and the only meat I ate on that trip was the fish we caught. And I still struggle with that, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not a, dude, I do eat a vegan diet right now, make fun of me. It has nothing to do with like ethical reasons or anything like that. Screw it, I'll give you the truth. I had some blood work done because I upped my health insurance to a substantial number. And I had some blood work done, and nothing came back super scary or anything like that. There were just some things that I didn't like about it. And I'm only 44 years old, 45, right? So I have a buddy that was in the military for 25 years, and he retired. And something he does every year since he's retired is for the first 2 months of the year, he goes vegan. For the next 2 months, so for 4 months in every year, he's a vegan, then a vegetarian. And the reason he does that is to stay self-disciplined. He's like, man, now that I don't have anybody telling me what to do in my life, he's like, I do things to stay self-disciplined. And I said, hey, you know what? Like, I'll do it with you. And the fact is, I've never stopped. He since has stopped and eats normal foods, and I am still eating a vegan diet to the very, very best of my ability. I know that I've probably eaten some noodles that were made out of eggs or something, but everything that's in this truck is vegan, and everything that I order, if I know the restaurant I'm at, I know that it's vegan, or I search it before I go. That's part of my trip today. There's a vegan restaurant like 8 miles away from where I currently am, so I'm gonna head there. Too many smallmouths, Gene. Yes, Texas is known for their bass fishing. I just don't do it. I don't bass fish. I go after walleyes. When I go out on Lake Superior, I'm going after salmon, coho. Well, we call them coho in Minnesota. I believe a coho needs to get to like brackish style water and then come back to fresh water. And I don't believe the coho in Lake Superior do that. I think that would just make it like a really big, like some sort of trout, like a big lake trout or something, or a smaller lake trout. What do I know? I'm just a truck driver. Did I mean to hide grade 8? No, I did not. Oh no, how do I do that? How do I see it here. Uh-oh. Technical difficulties. How do I get him back? This is crazy. How do I get somebody back after I've hit him? I can't do it in the live show. What's this do? Super chat. Oh yeah, hey, by the way, guys, you can become a member or super chat me. You don't have to do that. It'd be cool if you did. Start a poll. No. I'm trying to figure out how to get grade 8 transportation unhidden. Oh my gosh. Okay, you unhid him, Tolga. Thank you, Tolga. I don't know how to do that thing. Grade 8, I apologize, bro. That's because here's what I found. Well, I shouldn't say something. If you're at home this weekend and having people, well, I'll be quiet. See, I just did it again, guys. I'm hitting stuff. I almost sent somebody else. I'm not going to touch my phone. Not going to touch my phone. I am screwing it up. Where was I? Fishing. Man, I miss fishing. I haven't fished since March. I didn't do any ice fishing last winter. We had a very weird winter in Minnesota where the lakes, the northern lakes like Lake of the Woods and Red Lake, did completely freeze with, 18, 19 inches of ice, which sounds like a lot, but up there, like Lake of the Woods, you'll get 26, 27 inches of ice. But what ended up happening was we got a really big warm front in the winter that moved into Minnesota, and instead of freezing, it rained and created slush on the lakes that ended up refreezing. That's very dangerous because that's not stable ice. So I did not do any ice fishing in the winter, and I did not go to fishing opener in Minnesota, so which would have been Mother's Day weekend. I chose to spend Mother's Day weekend with my family and my wife. And also my mother was in town, so I wanted to hang out with them. So I haven't fished in quite a while. I've actually... Oh, she's texting me now. I thought it was going to be Cash or DIY Semi, and here's the thing. I texted Cash last night when he was live, not knowing he was live. And to be 100% clear, I do have notifications set up. I'm driving a truck. I'm not checking my notifications. I stopped to get fuel, and I texted Cash, "Are you driving?" because I was tired and I wanted somebody to talk to. And then I realized right after I sent it, I scrolled, you know how you have the menu bar on your phone that you can see all the notifications? I scrolled that down and noticed he was live. Tolga, thank you, man, by the way. Grade 8 should not be hidden from my channel. Maybe for enough money. Grade 8, give me $100 and I will hide you from my channel. I'm kidding. Don't give me any money. Don't give me. Don't need it. But I've just been working, guys. Rates have not been terrible with who I work with and the lanes and stuff that I run. The rates have come down a little bit, but they're still super good in my mind. And I would say the biggest mistake I made so far in 3.5, 4 years is when times are good, I'll stack a lot of cash, right? And instead of continuing to stack cash, I will leave and go on vacation for 2 weeks or a week and spend a lot of money, and then come back and something in the freight market has gone haywire. Whether fuel jumped from $3 a gallon to $7 a gallon, or something has happened. Right now, like I had a really good May. I just did the profit and loss statement for May last night, and I had a very, very good month. And I want to keep that. I want to snowball that into multiple good months. So I'm just choosing to stay out on the road. I'll be honest, it's not easy, because I miss my family. I'll just be honest. I miss my family. I miss my kids. I miss my wife. I miss some of my friends that I do things with, like fishing. I miss my mom and dad. I miss my my younger brother. I miss out on so many things, but I also think the sacrifice right now will create a life that we, like my wife and I, want to live. I mean, it already has. Let's be honest. My life is great. Um, I have a very good life. There's just other things that I want to achieve and accomplish in life, and even though I know money isn't the root of everything, it plays a vital role in trying to obtain some of the things I want. If I have good months, I'm able to save more money. I'm able to invest more money. I'm able to maybe jump into a project with somebody, developing some land. Hint, hint, there might be some cool stuff on this channel. I'm able to do things that actually give me other skills and abilities other than this, in case this goes belly up. The reality is I have been in trucking my entire adult life, and this is all I feel like I am very good at. You know what I mean? I feel like I am very skilled in being a truck driver. That might sound dumb to some people, but I really believe that. I'm good at what I do. There's things I can work on, like, here's a perfect example. I am going to replace an inlet knock sensor on my truck. I just got a code the other day and was able to read the code and realize that I have an inlet knock sensor going bad, which on a Cummins is right behind the turbo. In my Mac, or like the Cascadias of friends that I have, it's where the 7th injector would be. And when I first got this truck and opened it up, I didn't really, like, I saw it and I was like, oh, there's my 7th injector. Great, now I know where it is. That's not where it is on this truck. My 7th injector is like down in the exhaust. But this inlet knock sensor, I was able to find it online. International wanted $700 for it, plus $275 in a core charge. I was able to find it online, and actually, you know what? I found it online and didn't purchase it online because I found it cheaper at Fleet Pride with my TVC Pro Driver discount. So I purchased it and brought it with me out here on the road and bought like a socket set that is designed to take out those sensors and like O2 sensors and stuff for cars. And I'm going to replace it myself. I've watched a few videos. I am not going to do it until I get home because it won't derate my truck, which is weird. An after treatment part that won't derate your truck. Maybe it will over a longer period, but the mechanic I talked to and everything I read online said, no, it won't derate you. Oh, my headset's going dead. So yeah, I'm going to replace that, and it's stuff that I need to learn more about being an owner-operator, doing more things myself on my truck. I was a company guy for so long, guys, that I worked for a company that wouldn't even allow me to put oil or antifreeze or fill up air in my tires. They had to do that all. You know what I mean? So, like, you would check your oil and be like, oh, I'm a quart low. You would have to go get a mechanic or a gallon low or whatever, you know. You'd have to go get a mechanic to fill your oil reservoir for you or your coolant reservoir. You couldn't do it yourself. That's the biggest downside about being a company driver for so long and switching over to being an owner-operator where you own the trucks, the trailers. Like, you don't know how to do any of the work. I don't. And I've learned over time how to do some things. I will say this knock sensor is a tad bit intimidating, even though it looks so easy on the videos I've watched on YouTube. It scares me because I'm worried that I might mess up the threading or something. But I'm going to do it because I don't want to spend $200 an hour. I called the shop in Minnesota that is $195 an hour. They say it's a couple hour job. Everything I've watched online, it honestly looks like a 15-minute job. Maybe I'm wrong, but it doesn't. For somebody like me, it's going to be a couple hours. I'm going to be scared of breaking something. I know I should read some of these comments. You guys leave comments, I should read them, right? I'm a cheap freight hauler says I'm a second-hand vegetarian. Cows eat grass, I eat cows. There you go. Tolga, once again, thank you for unhiding grade 8 transportation. I'm ate up, buddy, with bass fishing. Dude, bass fishing is expensive. I'm just not into it. I don't do bass fishing tournaments. It is, I will say, it's like when I enter walleye tournaments. It's a sport. I don't have the time. A lot of my friends that are bass fishermen or women, like, they spend a lot of time on the lakes. I will say, walleye fishing, if you find structure in deeper water, more than likely you're gonna find walleyes. They're not as elusive, I guess, as bass. My stepson's a bass fisherman, and I know the work that him and his father, excuse me, put in when they enter these tournaments and stuff. And I just don't do that. I don't have the time or the money. Well, I have the money, I just don't want to spend it. Because ice fishing is very, very expensive. Not for me anymore, because I have everything I need. My headset's gonna die. Anyways. See if there's anybody else that I haven't said hello to. It's the same people. I've learned that big ass motor that I built and installed has more horsepower than my lower unit is rated for. So that's fun. Holy cow, really? Doesn't that scare you? Let me ask you a question, cents per mile. I don't know if you saw my last vlog, or you know what, that vlog hasn't come out yet, because I'm stacking a bunch together. What is it? I am not trying to cause an argument here, okay? I'm asking a legit question. What is with mechanical engine owners, right? So you got a glider kit, you got a Columbia, you got a Coronado. I don't know if you would consider a Coronado a hood truck or not. Or you have a W900 or a Peterbilt, like you do. Why do you guys just leave the trucks run? Like, what is it? Do you like the rumble when you're laying in the bunk? Like, what is it? Why do most of the trucks that I encounter, when it's gorgeous out, like right now, I don't know the temperature, 66, 68 degrees out right now. My windows are cracked this much, and it is plenty cool in the truck, right? The guy next to me's truck shut off. The guy 2 stalls down from me is in a W900. That's a W900 running. What is with it? Like, if I get rid of my plastic truck that gets 8-9 miles a gallon and get myself a mechanical engine, do I make more money where fuel doesn't matter and I can just burn as much fuel as I want? Like, I am literally perplexed by that. I don't understand it. And I feel like when I ask that question, people think I'm attacking them. I'm not attacking them. I will be 100% clear here. Cents per mile has a much cooler, better looking, nicer, more powerful truck than I do. 100%. And he is living out his dream. I don't have a problem with that. The problem I have is, why does your dream have to cost you so much money? That I don't understand. Just, it doesn't make sense to me. And I don't understand why it's not every single truck. It is I would say 90% of them are always running. There was a guy last night at Aldi that I was delivering to, an Aldi DC. He left his engine brakes on in the parking lot as he was backing up, and instead of coming to a complete stop, he would rev and work his clutch, which I think I would do if I had a manual transmission again. But he's being obnoxious, and it's it's freaking 1 o'clock in the morning. Like, some of us are trying to sleep in the bunk, and you're acting like a jackass. I'm sorry, he was a complete jackass. Yeah, your truck sounds cool. I hope it rattled your taint and you felt cool. Like, I don't get it. A dog barking. Oh, that guy's dogs. I gotta go. Time for Sunday dinner. Well, have fun, man. I wish I could enjoy that. I do everything I can not to idle. My business-wise. Today is the first time I've idled in months because it's 100 degrees out today. Cents per mile, I would idle at 100 degrees, right? And I have a generator with a portable air conditioner unit in my truck. I would idle it too. But you know what? You're a great guy to ask this question to, man, because you drive a hood truck. You have a mechanical engine. You run oversized stuff. So I'm sure most of the trucks that you encounter are the style of trucks I'm talking about. I'm sure you notice it when you're parked for the night that guys or girls just don't shut their trucks off. And like, here's something that might be dumb too. Like, your truck has a lifespan. It only has so many revolutions in it before you need to dump tens of thousands of dollars in it. Like, if it doesn't need to be idled and you're in nice weather, why are you idling it? I just don't get it. Doesn't make sense to me. Because that's money that you could put, back in your pocket to go buy a boat. I mean, cents per mile. Picture up the other day. He's got a nice boat. He's hopping around lakes in Wisconsin. He doesn't call me or ask me if I want to go, and he's got my number. But he's able to do those fun things. Let me ask you this. Why is it every time I park away from everyone so I can have my windows down, some BS with a reefer comes and runs? You know what? I agree with you, cents per mile. I know that happens a lot. That happens a lot to us, though, too. Like, where we'll park in the back of a lot where it's not open and we roll our windows down, and that long-nosed Pete comes in and runs all night. So here's a perfect example. I have my windows down. So here, I'll show you. So I'm not BSing you. I have this in my truck, right? A carbon monoxide detector. I had my windows rolled down in a dirt parking lot, right? I parked so far away from everybody. That thing went off in the middle of the night because of the truck running next to me. It was running fine, fresh air. I had to start my truck, roll my windows up, and move for that thing to shut off. You know what I mean? And my reefer wasn't running, so it wasn't my reefer. That was a dry load. But no, I know guys do that cents per mile. I will say this. I try and be super respectful usually when my reefer's on continuous, I try and be as respectful as possible. The other benefit is a lot of reefer guys, we're sleeping at the shippers and receivers. We're getting into the truck stops, usually when you're waking up and getting ready to start your day. But I know that happens to you, cents per mile, 100%. I know that happens, and I don't know the answer to that. It's probably the same answer as why they idle their trucks. We really don't have an answer for it. We just do it. Can we get reefer only parking spots? Yeah, that would be taken up by the bobtails, though, for sure. Good luck with that. Sometimes the truck won't restart. Well, that sounds like a silly. Understand that, though, too, Mike Nantos. Cold weather. I mean, I idle my truck if it's minus 10. If it gets below -5, I idle my truck at night. And being from Minnesota, there's times it's -20 out, and I'm not shutting my truck off. Mike Ninetoes says also there's no more mechanical engines. All of the diesel engines of those days have electric stuff, aka injectors, fuel systems. Oh, okay. See, I didn't know that. I thought like those style of engines still had like all mechanical parts, I guess. And I don't really know the difference, to be honest. Like I know these style of trucks with all the sensors and electrical stuff, it's probably creating some sort of electricity. I don't know. I'm not a mechanic. I'm dumb. I just know that there's like DIY is a perfect example of this. When I open up DIY's hood on his Columbia or his Classic and I look at the engine, there's hardly anything coming off that engine. It's usually like coolant lines and some fuel lines. I open my engine, I open my hood, man, I got freaking wires all over the damn place. I got this sensor, I got boost sensors, I got so much crap under the hood of this truck that it is intimidating. Like, it is intimidating. Perfect example too, if I had DIY's Columbia or Classic, I wouldn't be talking about replacing my inlet knock sensor. I hope I didn't start a war, by the way, guys. I was asking a legit question, and that cents per miles question about the Reefer is a legit question too. Afternoon wheel burners in the house. What's going on, man? There used to be a lot of mechanical engines, but many fuels that have survived. Few have survived, I think you meant to say. Yeah, right? Cents per mile bobtails. Here's the thing. You know what I wish would happen with bobtails that take up? I believe they have a right to park at a truck stop just like I do. I'm not saying they don't have the right to park at a truck stop. What I wish they would do is park two bobtails in a parking spot, right? And if one guy's got to wake the other guy up to leave, that's what you have to do. I wish that's what they did instead of, taking up multiple parking spots. Most truck stops also have bobtail parking, which I know that gets filled up quickly as well, but it really and this is me having a cry fest. I get it, right? Because I haul reefer freight, my hours are way different than most other forms of trucking. I'm trying to find a parking spot. Like last night, I was trying to find a parking spot at 1:45 in the morning. You know what I mean? Good luck, right? I happened to find the truck stop I'm at had about 4 or 5 spots available. But when I first pulled into the spots, or pulled down this row, I'm parked in the very back of it, by the way, multiple spots up front were taken by multiple bobtail trucks. Now, I get that they have every right to park here. I just wish there was like kind of an unwritten rule that if you see another bobtail truck in a spot, maybe if his curtains are drawn, you don't want to wake him up. I get that. But like, you guys park in one spot and save spots for guys that aren't going to come rolling into the truck stop until 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning. I treat truck stops like prison. I park with my kind. There you go, man. I'm able to park with my kind all the time then. I mean, plastic trucks are all over the damn place. RGB's in the house. What's going on, man? How are you? You know what, guys? It's been 40 minutes. I got 10 likes, 24 people in the house. I don't know what else to talk about. I got a day plan though. I'm gonna drop the trailer and go somewhere. I can't sit here all day doing nothing. I'll go crazy. I really want to change that knock sensor, but I want to do it when I'm at home by a shop. Because I'm sure I'm going to mess something up. I'm sure of it. Sure, I'm going to mess something up, and I'm going to need to bring the truck to a shop anyways. But if I don't do it, if I don't attempt it, I'm going to feel like a complete wussy. You know, I bought all the tools I need to do it, and I bought the part. I might as well try it, right? Like, I might as well. What worst thing that could happen is I strip the threading. Shop would do that too. You know what I mean? That's the worst thing that can happen. I don't want that to happen. That would suck. But that's the worst thing that can happen. If I do it, a shop would probably do it. And I'm so tired of shops breaking my equipment that I would rather break it myself, if that makes sense. Cents per mile says, never do a repair on the road. Something will happen, and then you're up a creek. That's right. Cash was telling me that yesterday. I told Cash because I knew I was going to have today off. I told Cash I'm going to replace that. And he's like, you might want to do that when you're at home near the shop that you use. And I was like, why? And he's basically said what you said, cents per mile. He's like, well, what if you F it up? He's like, then you're broke down, and then you're going to have to get towed somewhere, and then who knows how long before they get to you, which he's right. I just want to do it, you know. Do you guys ever watch Ryan Trucking and Fixing, I think is his channel name? You know, he used to be a truck driver, now he's got a shop. He makes everything look so damn easy, and I told that to Cash yesterday. I was like, how hard can it be? Ryan did it at a truck stop. Look how easy it is. You know, I wish I had those skills. I wish I had those skills and abilities. Grips in the house. If you broke it, then you can say, I broke it before Cash. Yes. Yes. I can't compete with Cash. Oh, man. Well, you know what, guys? My headset's about to die. My wife has texted me. I think I'm going to go. I think I'm going to enjoy my day. I got some stuff planned out here where I am. I don't want to share where I am quite yet. But there's some places I want to go try, a restaurant I want to go eat at. Yeah, go do some things. Enjoy my day off. I don't get many of them. Here's the thing. I'm having a day off in the truck at a truck stop. These are the days I hate being a trucker because I don't want a day off on the road. I'd rather have a day off with my family. You know what I mean? I would rather be around the bonfire. Here's the thing, my wife is very, very good at like decorating. And the stuff she has done to our backyard is absolutely fantastic. My backyard is like an oasis. I come home off the road and go in my backyard, and minus the ocean, I feel like I am sitting on the balcony in South Padre Island. You know what I mean? Like, it's just so peaceful, so nice. My wife has done such a nice job in our backyard with hammocks and these tree swings. Like, it's such a, like, retreat to go to my backyard. Henry had $2. Thank you, man. You don't have to super chat me, though. I sincerely appreciate it, but you don't have to do that. This is a free channel. Super chats are nice, though. You know, so I appreciate it. Thank you. You definitely don't have to give me your hard-earned money, though. But what I was getting at was, I'm stuck out here at a truck stop. I mean, here's my view. If I choose not to leave anywhere, this is what I got. You know, for the rest of today, this is what I get to look at. And I get to stay in this box. Which I guess is nice. I bought it. I bought this truck because of the sleeper. But after 2 years of owning it, it's just another box. You know? But anyways, I'm going to get out of here, guys. Hope everybody has a great day. This is a free super chat. Oh, okay. they did such things. Anyways, I hope everybody has a great day. Thank you for stopping in here. I noticed I had 213 people stop by. You know, if somebody's got a trucking question real quick, I will stay live for a minute and do my best to answer it. I'm not a teacher, but I have over 25 years of experience in this industry. I have hauled multiple different types of freight. There's very good knowledge in this live feed right now, by the way. You got other owner-operators. You got guys that are living out their dreams as owner-operators. So if anybody's got a question, feel free to drop it real quick. I'll give it 1 minute, and then I'm getting off because, like I said, I need to call home and got some stuff planned for today. I want to try this vegan restaurant that's not far from me. I will say bigger cities have incorporated more like vegan style restaurants. Minneapolis has got a few now. St. Paul has got a few. So it'll be nice to try something different, you know. You used to have a Volvo 770. Loved it. Yeah, Volvos are nice trucks. If I was a company driver, I'd want, you know, there's a guy that's leased on here, where I'm leased onto, that has a really nice newer, I think it's a 2020, maybe 2021 Cascadia, and he's got like the dinette deal in the back of his truck. It's super nice truck, man. I kind of want that. I wouldn't mind sleeping on the top bunk and having a spot that I could sit down and do paperwork and stuff like that. Please explain the use of PC and unforeseen events exceptions. Thanks. Okay. This is my understanding of personal conveyance. Personal conveyance can be used for like off-duty stuff, right? Like if you need to run to Walmart, to grocery shop, that can be done under PC, under law. Now, that law is open to interpretation for any trooper you come in contact with. You can PC to find safe parking, meaning if you leave a shipper or receiver, you can use PC to find safe parking. Now, it needs to be the closest place. You can't go into PC and just drive 150 miles and say, oh, I needed to get to this truck stop, or I needed to get to a mechanic shop. It needs to be the first safe parking place. That doesn't mean the shoulder of the road, guys. That means an actual safe parking spot. Unforeseen, like the unforeseen exemption, can be used to add hours to your drive clock and your 14-hour clock. Like if you are driving somewhere and you are unaware of a fog storm, where you could have gotten to your facility in the time frame you had to drive, but because nature, now once again, you're supposed to check the weather, you're supposed to know about these events, but it's happened to me driving through the mountains where you can't see. You know what I mean? You're either stopping or you're driving 30 miles an hour. So you can use that exemption then to get to where you're going. After that, I always take a 10-hour break. If I use any of these things, I always take a 10-hour break. Once again, it's all open into interpretation. What trooper you're going to deal with. Right now, I'm off the clock. I am not laden, meaning I am not under a load. I have no load. I'm not dispatched on a load. If I drop my trailer right now and want to go see a movie, technically I can use PC. I can also get Uber, which is what I'm going to do. So yeah, I mean, there are ways for you to have somewhat of a normal life when you're on the road, thanks to those exemptions. Be careful using them though. Understand how to work your clock. I mean, split sleeper is huge, and there's so many people that don't understand it, and don't know how to use it properly. Here's the way I look at an ELD. I'm not one of these guys that really hates them. I started trucking without ELDs. We had to paper log everything. It wasn't until around like the mid 2000s, I would say like 2010, 2011, before I really started having to use an ELD. An ELD as an owner operator is your money. Like, it is 100% your money. Meaning, you can earn your money in the time frame that the ELD allows you to. So learn how to use the ELD in your favor. Without breaking the law. I'm not telling you to break the law. I'm telling you to learn how to use your ELD to benefit you and work for you. Don't complain that it's not working for you, because it does. Most of us operate under ELDs. You know what I mean? And I look at it as it's my paycheck. So I know how to use split sleeper. I know how to use most of the I'm saying it wrong, exemptions to benefit me. You know what I mean? And not in an illegal way. I think every time that I've been pulled into a scale, I have had to show and send them my logs, right? It seems like every time I get pulled into a scale, that's the first thing they want. They want the paperwork for the truck, and they want my logs. Only one time have I been questioned about my logs, and it was during the time frame where we didn't even have to run them. Like, you know that time frame. I don't know if that's still a word that you can't use on YouTube. But there was a time in trucking where, even if, like, it wasn't that long ago, 2 years ago, where it was the Wild West again. Like, you could run as much as you wanted to. And only one time did I get asked about an event on my ELD, and I basically told the cop, like, it doesn't matter. Like, I'm exempt. My bills are stamped exempt. Like, this is food. I'm under this emergency declaration. What you're asking me technically doesn't matter. And he looked at me and smiled and says, well, it does matter, but also, like, you are free to go without anything. And that's when I learned not to argue with a DOT officer or plead with them. Just whatever they say is what they say. Watch out for those big curves when you go to the movies. You know I'm going to a movie today, right, Paul Harris? I am, but I'm going to Uber, I think. Dope. I'm here. Okay, well, welcome. I can't see your name. Emilio? Welcome. Anyways, yeah, I think it's time I get out of here. I don't know if that answered your question, 7C or cents per mile. I know I helped you once with your ELD. Let's be honest. Let's be honest here. I helped you with your ELD once. You called me about something, and as you were explaining something to me, I was like, wait a minute, like, that qualifies as an off-duty period. And if you're off duty for 2 hours, your clock stops. Hit this little toggle on your ELD. You can make it home tonight. And I believe you did. But I get it. I mean, the reason I understood split sleeper right as the law was coming out is the company I worked for, it was right before I became an owner-operator. The company I worked for, I had to operate under split logs because of the schedule of the routes that I ran. I would go home for 3 hours and then have to report back to work. Well, those 3 hours off duty stopped my clock. That then in turn allowed me to finish the rest of my route. And then when I became an owner-operator, I'm leased on to DIY Semi, right? DIY Semi is the encyclopedia of trucking. He knows so much, and he stays up to date on laws and regulations, and he's willing to, like, pass that information on to people and help train people to operate efficiently, because that's what it is. I mean, your ELD just requires you to operate efficiently. you know. I was going to make a comment on the vlog I'm creating. I had the day off today, right? So you guys can make fun of me in the comments if you want. I took a shower because it's Sunday morning. Every shower was available where I am. I took a shower for like 45 minutes today. You know what I mean? You know when you're sitting in the shower and you got your head on the wall and you're just letting the water hit you, kind of like you might do at home? Most of my showers, being a reefer hauler, are done on my 30-minute break in the middle of the day, right? So my showers are usually like 10 minutes, 15 minutes long, depending if I have to shave or not. Like, I literally get in a shower, put a little bit of shampoo in my hair because I'm going bald, and then put soap on my body, rinse off, and get out of the shower. Like, that's my shower. So I was actually able to enjoy a long shower today and feel human, because hauling reefer freight, a lot of times you don't feel human, and part of that's because of shippers and receivers and what other truck drivers have done at these facilities, where they won't even allow us to use the restrooms. You know what I mean? So we're treated like animals most of the time. And I'm sure other truckers feel that way too. It's not just the reefer game. But anyways, guys or girls, I'm going to get off here. I got a day planned, and it's been almost an hour now. I really appreciate the $2 super chat from Harry. Was it Harry? Go back through here. Harry Head. Oh, that other name. Tolga, did I say good morning to you, Tolga? If I didn't, I'm sorry, brother. If I didn't, I should, you know. David Edwards wasn't in here, though, this morning, was he? That's odd. David Edwards and Tolga are always commenting. I appreciate that. Hey, could you guys do me a favor? If you're subscribed to my channel and you watch my vlogs, here's what I've noticed. And give me constructive criticism, too, please. Will you leave a comment on my vlogs? Be respectful, but if you have like constructive criticism, please leave it in there. Hit the thumbs up for it. Kind of follow what Tolga and David Edwards do. They always leave comments. If you're watching the videos, because I've noticed my vlogs are getting more views. They are getting more views from people that are not subscribed to my channel, which is odd. Like, how do you find me if you're not subscribed to my channel? I'm not a big YouTuber. Leave a comment. That's going to help me out. I am trying to grow my channel. I'm trying to do better vlogs and edit them better. So yeah, leave me some constructive criticism. I want to do some more things like with drone work and stuff. I've just never operated a drone, and I don't know if I have time to do all that. But yeah, hey man, I really appreciate everybody stopping in here today. On your way out, could you give me a thumbs up? Yeah, I hope everybody has a great day. Have a fun Sunday. Take care, y'all.